This is the outline of the presentation. First, we will talk about definition of the soil health, soil indicators, then soil health assessment, soil health management, and the final one is the research questions. Thanks for Philip for the definition of the soil health from Karen on 1997. Soil health is the capacity of the soil to function as a vital living system within the ecosystem and land use boundaries to sustain plant and animal productivities, maintain or enhance water and air quality, and promote plant, animal, and human health. Soil also serves as a firm foundation for agriculture's activities, provide habitats for microbes and to flourish and diversify. Then good soil health could make the ecosystem run smoothly. The soil health can be managed by human beings, both negative and positive impact. Here is the five major groups of soil function. First is regulating water. Second, sustaining plant and animal life, filtering and buffering potential pollutants, cycling nutrients, and finally physical stability and support. Here, there are many of soil health indicators, and depend on your purpose, you can choose which indicator is fit for your experiment or for your purpose. Here this group only in the describes some major indicator of soil health. This indicator can divide into three main groups. First is physical, chemicals, and biological. These three main groups can interact with each other to make the intermediate of soil health, such as physiochemicals is the interaction between physical and chemical. Biophysicals is the interaction between physics and biology. Then all of three main groups can make indicators for the soil health. To assess the soil health, there are many tools, and it also depends on the purpose of the experiment, the purpose of your soil test. You can choose which tools is fit to your purpose. So there are this list five main group of tools to assess the soil health. The level is increasing from easy and cheap method to the really accurate test result. So the first one is the soil card. They include the questionnaires and observation. So based on the card, we can record the soil health. Then we also have some few test kits, such as the BMeters, EasyMeter, or tensimeters. For more accuracy, the result, we can bring the soil sample to the lab to assess the soil health by different instruments like SPLC, GCMS. Then we also use modeling or program or software to practice the predictor based on the research outcome to predict the effect of management practice on soil qualities. So the Natural Resource Conservation Service shown from USDA, they also have the program like NCRS soils and water eligibility tools. The NCRS stands for Natural Resource Conservation Service soils. The other program is CMT, is the conservation measurement tool. Also is the program to predict the soil health. Then the widened one is the landscape level assessment by satellite or by remote sensor. We can investigate the soil health in the widened scales. He's show you example of some indicator and which is the best time to collect the sample for these indicators. Just as when you want to know the earthworm population abundance in soils, normally people will collect the sample brilliant, or the field have the active roots, mean the field has crop on this. So they also collect at the good soil moistures, and of course before the tillage. Here is an example of the soil health card from the NCRS. Here you can see the indicators, the ranking scale for us, and then the scoring when they interview farmer or they go to observation the field, they can check or circle the scoring here. This is also an example of Cornell soil health test report. Some of the tests, they bring the soil sample to the lab to do the more accuracy test. Besides soil health, the soil function also assessed by one reference from Kim White et al. 2008. They said that soil quality depends on 3 major ecosystem functions. So the soil health or the soil quality also depend on the function of the soil system. The three major function is based on carbon transformation, nutrient cycling, soil structures maintenance. Another one they need to ask in is soil organisms. It's the major roles in soil function, and soil organisms also act as relevant indicators of soil health. And soil organisms, they can measure by the micrograms. Here is the biofunction toolbox to analyze the function of the soils based on 3 major pillars: nutrient cycling, the carbon transformation, and the structure. They say that they need to add the micrographs to the biofunction box to make the assessment of soil health more complete. For the human activities, and also the natural condition, soil can be eroded or degraded. Here is some reasons that can make the soil erosion and degradation. First is exposed soils to sunlight, wind and rain, also the natural reason to call this the soil erosions. And the main reason mostly because of human activities: building the dam, deforestation, tillage, intensive cultivation, using a lot of fertilizer and pesticides also contribute to make soil erosion and degradations. Therefore, we need to manage the soil health to have sustainable soil health for future generation. And in this course related to the aspect of ACB, soil health and biodiversity are 2 main pillars of the ACP to make the sustainable agriculture. To manage the soil health, the reference can list like 8 main activities. By managing organic matters, minimize the disturbance, diversify the soil biota, maintain soil cover, as we repeat many times, we mentioned many times in this ACB, in this ESS course. Crop rotation also one way to improve soil health. Cover crop and use green manure. Organic amended and conservation tillage is some agriculture practice that could improve the soil health. Conservation tillage mean no tillage or reduced tillage. The first part is based on the soil health definition, indicator, assessment. We also have raised some research questions that we need to think about to improve soil health and also to interact the soil health with the biodiversity in the concept of ACB. So the first question, how to predict soil health in the field based on the soil analysis report. Based on the modeling that we study in this course, this could be answered this question. The second is what are the relevant indicators to describe soil health for ACB. The third, how ecological practice can contribute to the improvement of soil health. What are the main challenges for farmers to face on the field with regard to soil health? What and how to measure the interaction between soils and aerial biodiversities? And for that question, we could refer to the page 182 in the ACB book that Dr. Philip gave us, John Philip gave us. And to answer the question, we need to brainstorming from our group, and maybe we have the resolution. Here's some reference that we used to in this present. Thank you for your attention.
Okay.